Currently, I am observing the food menu of the KC Ren Fair.
So much vibe. It's fantastic.
I mean, that is literally the place to go to vibe if you want that specific vibe. And by specific vibes, I mean the one place you could go in your tri-state area that has both bangers and mash and fried Oreos on the same menu.
Bro, how can you not? Glorious bangers and mash and fried Oreos on the same menu.
Dude, there's a Jester BLT dog and it's only $1.
Yeah, I think it's actually the location that it is at. Could be wrong. I think it's indicating where it is.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Oh, that's interesting. You have to go to these different places to get the different food. Interesting.
Yeah.
So what you're saying,
or whatever the fuck that is, you only get that at Pirate Adventure Cove.
you know what you can't get at Pirate Adventure Cove apparently? Coffee.
Or dirt cake.
Dirt cake or coffee. Same thing, right?
Yep.
But you know what you can get at Pirate Cove, but not coffee? You have access to cotton candy there.
Anywhere that has access to cotton candy is obviously objectively better than any place that does not have access to cotton candy.
All right, let's go to Pirate Cove then.
I'm here for it.
Do they usually do pirate stuff at Ren Fairs?
Yes, and the reason for that is because where the fuck else are you going to do pirate stuff?
You make a very keen point, and you know it's also like old fantasy anyway. I feel like it fits.
It's like close enough. Because once you start getting out of the medieval era, you start getting into the Age of Sail, and once you get into the Age of Sail, you have pirates. So we're just gonna go.
So the pirates are time travelers, then.
I mean, yeah. Also, technology didn't change that much in the several hundred-year difference.
More of
like
just
comparison to like today, where we've moved like 500 years in like 20 years.
Yeah, fair. That shit do be getting exponential, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what? I want to hit up though that unicorn sundae. Anyway, I need to not spend the whole time on this menu. Hi. So Aubrey is gone on a thing, so I have a fill-in today because I wanted to get some uploading done. So here we are. It's a special Sans Aubrey episode, and I have my friend William here with me. Hello. This is what we're talking about. So I have a question for you, Will. Would you prefer for me to pick like a game or something for us to talk about, or would you like for me to talk to you about the thing that I had planned for Aubrey this week?
We can do whatever you'd like. I'm just here for the memes.
I figured that would be the answer, but I wanted to ask anyway. Okay, well, I mean, I'm sure we could find plenty to talk about. I mean, you are my resident D&D nerd. I mean, what sucks, well, I can't even say that. I feel like everybody in our friend group growing up was, so.
Hey, I feel like I get to sit at a slightly higher classification of D&D nerd, since I did write a D&D book by comparison to the rest of y'all.
Yes.
So I earned that title.
You did actually create fantasy in your brain. The closest I ever did was that one act that I ever finished. So like, yeah, that's big props there. You have the creative brain too, I guess.
I was going to say something inappropriate, but we're not doing that today. So
okay,
moving on.
Moving on from inappropriate. All right. Well, I mean, we could gab about orcs and goblins and shit, or I could just go ahead and let you know. I've been interested recently in abandoned or decommissioned cruise ships.
Don't they like ship them to Africa where a bunch of people like rip them apart?
I'm sure that is part of it, but I did also see that there is another place that they send them to, but we'll get there. So abandoned cruise ships. And I feel like it's much more, it's become a more apt topic as of late because of the way the world has changed. There has not been so much need for mass people cruise lining. So a lot of these babies and puppies are getting shut down. I know as of January or more recently, 32 cruise ships have bit the bullet since bit the big one since quarantine.
Do
I'm
you know
pretty
what
sure.
like percentage that is of the total?
Ah, shit. Okay, let's find out. In world.
World.
Well, this is a list of the largest. I don't feel like that's what I need.
Here, cruise industry, statistics and facts. Try that one.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, there it is. You're right, 323 ships.
323. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So if there's 323 ships and they shut down 30 of them, that's like
10%. Yeah.
Slightly less, give or take. That's a pretty heavy hit.
That is a pretty heavy hit because I know some of the ones that they broke down too, or even like newer ones, is just like the company itself was just trying to get rid of their harder to upkeep shipperinos. It's wild to I want to see that though. Like if you pull apart a cruise ship, like that shit must be so massive considering like the amount of just that is like the epitome of like people packaging though. I mean, it's
Okay.
you know, it's
You can go on YouTube, and I bet that they have a video of them disassembling your cruise ship.
okay. Yeah. I gotta look this up now.
There it is. How they're demolished.
All right, how $300 million cruise ships are demolished. Oh man, they're all just freaking. Oh my god, these things look like they're from like freaking near automata. Holy shit, they're all just busted up completely. All the
Yeah.
sides are getting like worn out and shit.
They just drag them up, cut them apart. And
Yeah.
try and do it as relatively safely as they reasonably can.
Okay, but they try to recycle the entire ship though. That's good to know considering how much shit is in there. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, watching this is kind of reminding me of this one game that I played. It was called like Hard Space Shipbreaker. Yeah, that's what it was called.
Yeah, you were telling me that was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was this little simulator game where you start off like with like $3 billion of space credit debt, and your job is to do the very dangerous job of breaking down old decommissioned spaceships in space, and you get to like cut them up all fun like it really however you want to. It's just you have to be careful about like depressurization or you may get exploded if you cut into an airtight ship. But it's really cool because I feel like you learn a little bit about like how the vacuum of space works a little bit, like playing around with that game. I don't know like how exactly accurate it is, but it's very interesting. Working with zero G's is befuddling at first. I will definitely say.
Wow.
Well, yeah, because you have to like fund your own thrusters and like oxygen and everything. Like it's all self driven. So you have to like sparingly propel yourself in different directions around space, and like hope that you don't run out of gas while you're puttering like in the wrong direction because you just go forever.
Cool. So I Love Death Robots thing about that. That was not a pleasant one to watch.
Oh really? Oh yeah. I haven't watched all of the second season of that yet. I forgot that there was.
The first season.
It is in the first season.
Yeah, yeah, the one where she rips her own arm off.
Oh yeah, yeah, you are
spoilers,
right.
Like that's the one.
Yeah, she wraps a belt around her arm. I forget because like her arm was caught in something, right? That was the problem.
No, she was floating off, and like in space, it's not like you could swim. There's no way that you could push yourself unless you hurl something away from you.
Oh.
And so she's like, well, shit. And so she throws the glove after securing her arm, and then like you got this frozen arm that's dead attached to you, and the throwing the glove wasn't enough, and so she's like, well, so she breaks her own arm off and then hurls it into space and then manages to get enough momentum to get back where she can be safe. But it's just kind of like, yeah.
God, and I had to get somebody to help me put my nose piercing in today. It's
Yeah.
funny. Oh, well, it's like a corkscrew, and I've not worked with it before. These nails did not want to let it happen. But thankfully, there's a very nice place like right down the street from my house. Also, I think I got scheduled up to get my ears done while I was there too. It's exciting. I know you don't really care too much about piercings, but been trying to do this for a while, so I'm looking forward to it.
Cool.
Okay. So yeah, they use cranes to take apart the ship. And then they just put it in like cutting zones and break it apart separately. What happens to all of like the waste and extra stuff like out of these ships? Do you think they like remove all of that beforehand?
I mean, like all the interiors and everything, I'm sure they just strip out and either discard or something, and then they start cutting all the metal out because the metal's the valuable part.
Yeah.
Like
Fair.
the rest of it is probably significantly less.
William, are you
worthwhile.
saying the most valuable part of a cruise ship is not the green astroturf they have on the top of it?
If that were the case, I would be extremely surprised.
Football fields would be wicked crazy expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, were you saying something?
Yeah.
Okay. So I did click on a link earlier before you got back that just it was titled the question was where do cruise ships go to die? And this is the link that it brought me to. I just wanted to share this it's a national Bloomingburg Post. Turkey. Turkey is the place where cruise ships go to die, apparently.
Between that and apparently Pakistan, they're getting them up.
Carnival Fantasy is a ship famous for its outlandish decor, all-night revelry, and its size. Back when 2000 was an incredible number of passengers, the fun ship introduced in 1990 came with such whimsical space as an Egyptian-themed piano bar decorated with fake sarcophagi and glitzy glass-topped atrium that was a hub for a social scene. Today, Fantasy is attracting a whole different breed of booty seeker.
But I hate that.
What does that even mean? In July, the 30-year-old ship sailed the Aegean Sea, wrapping its final voyage in the ship-breaking capital of Aliga, Turkey. I don't know if I said that right, but apparently it is the ship-breaking capital. Wouldn't you love to be known for that?
Hey, everywhere's got to be somewhere.
Fair. Everywhere's got to have something. Resting place. Yeah, and now cruise ships retired during COVID pandemic got torn apart and broken into pieces. In this case, they're not being broken in half and getting upgraded to stitch back together, which is apparently the thing they do. Holy shit. Instead, circling the Fantasy's particularly deconstructed innards are buyers of all sorts of industries looking for rock bottom dealers. Okay. So, so the ship is actually being turned into cutlery and wires. Nice.
No. So, they buy all the stuff out of the inside at auction, and, they're like, hey, that's a cool chunk of mural, give it to me. So, then they get it for cheap. And then, after everyone's scavenged all the good bits out of it, then they're like, okay, who wants to buy the giant slabs of metal? And then they start chopping it up.
Who want a metal slab? Yo, I would love to go to a cruise ship auction and buy somebody's family portrait. I mean, you know they do that, right? At I don't know if it's a cruise ship thing or just an airline thing, but there are auctions you can go to for lost luggage and shit. I believe it is like a private company separate from an airport. But they have like these businesses that come in and like I think buy up old like the basically lost unclaimed luggage from airports, and then basically auction them off like in that like in the locker storage auctioning show sort of dealio. They do it kind of like that.
That would be way more potentially profitable than randomly opening up storage lockers.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
usually when people travel, they either take like nice clothes with them or expensive jewelry or all kinds of stuff far more often than they would put in storage lockers, I would think.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't remember if it was someone I personally knew or someone who like looked it up online. I gotta look this up now. Lost luggage store. Oh yeah, no, it's the nation's only retailer for lost luggage. Oh, it's like a store. It's like a store now. Okay. Weird.
They've gotten a very,
What?
very glitzy vibe for their.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Don't just shop. They explore. Our 50,000 square foot store is home to an extensive merchandise section. Okay, so they've actually just instead of just auctioning off the stuff, they've just created a Costco for it, a warehouse, as you would say.
Yeah. That's a
Dude,
move.
yeah, look, this shit looks like it's like on American Eagle or like Vogue or something, and it's just new arrivals recently unpacked and unloaded.
I mean, I guess like what the joke being that like it's all used, but
Yeah,
it might be in good condition. I guess they get rid of the stuff that's they'll beat up and like keep the rest of it.
probably, yeah. Oh, that's so these unclaimed baggage is kind of like the TJ Maxx of people's shit. They just buying
Like
up.
the Daisy Exchange.
Yo, I need to do more
Wow.
thrift shopping around here. This is reminding me of that. Yo, there's some Mother's and Father's Day gift guides on here. That's really funny.
Love it.
Well, I love that these people have created a brand for themselves. That's
This says a lot about our society.
it really does. It is the world is really about finding your own way to monetize yourself, huh?
Monetized.
Monetize me. I mean, that's the goal. That's why I got you here.
Hey, you know what? You know what I'm here for?
Sorry, Neil Young, Canada needs fighter jet.
Not 100% certain what Canada needs fighter jets for, but you know what?
Sorry,
Okay.
Neil Young, Canada needs fighter jets, and suggesting we don't is absurd. What an amazing headline.
Well, I think you're going down the rabbit hole here.
That's the idea.
Dangerous headlines.
That is the idea. Space Jam X Tommy Jeans collab in a limited edition collection. Ooh, look at that. It's got Bugs Bunny on it. Yo,
Wasn't the new Space Jam like horrible?
I heard the reviews were not great, but it did also come out today. Hi, it's the first day of Space Jam.
Oh, is it? Let's look up the reviews.
Yeah,
I'm
let's see.
curious.
Space Jam 2. LeBron James, how was your movie? 35 and 38%.
Wow, that is absolutely abysmal.
It's not.
Truly the worst.
Oh, it's not very good. It's not at all very good at all. A rogue artificial intelligence kidnaps the son of famed basketball player LeBron James, who then has to work with bugs to win a basketball game. That is the shortest description for a movie I've ever seen.
But why?
Oh God!
What did they think was going to happen?
This image is terrifying.
That's hideous.
I don't know. I just remember LeBron James really wanted this movie to happen. That's all I remember.
Sometimes things don't need to happen.
Yeah, I don't think the 3D animation was the way to go. It looks kind of horrifying.
It is extraordinarily grotesque. You know what just really needs to stop happening? They need to stop trying to add realism to classic things. Like The Lion King.
Oh,
They
yeah?
made a new version. Why?
Yeah.
It lost every fragment of charm and appeal that the original had.
Yeah,
And
seriously.
they're like, oh look, you can't. The whole original was like fun, entertaining characters who are expressive and are doing things. And then it's like, hey, we're going to replace it with facsimiles of real animals, and these real looking animals are going to do stuff without any emote or any kind of like big
Yeah.
old sweeping gesture that's supposed to like go, aha,
Seriously,
animation.
that's the thing. That's what's so awful about it. Like I get the idea of like in your head thinking, I wonder what this movie would look like if you made all the animals look real, but there
Like,
is so much that is lost just because of the fact that you're staring at an animal's face instead of at an emoting, like personified, characterized person. Like it's
yes, that's truly the sad part because there's no way that you're going to be able to do it as good. And extra bonus, why?
why
Just
would you?
don't.
Well, I mean, it's for the money. But at the same like I guess it's for money, but I'm kind of surprised that after
They could have
seeing
just made the next Avatar, which
yeah,
is coming. It's coming.
it's gonna
They've
happen.
announced it. It's gonna happen.
You
They're like, we're really doing this. There's already an announcement for the video game,
oh man. Oh shit,
which
bro.
frankly it's another Ubisoft game, so we already know exactly what it's gonna be like. But
Yeah.
you know, and it's coming back around. It's pretty sure it's still the highest grossing movie of all time.
I think that in-game may have passed it up, but then like something happens and no,
Nope,
that's not the case.
Avatar is still number one, barely. It's at
Damn.
2.8 trillion. I think I'm reading this right. Trillion versus of Endgame at 2.7. No, that's billion. Sorry, 2.8 billion versus 2.7 billion. Titanic a long third at 2.2, and Star Wars: The Force Awakens at 2.
Man, so highest grossing film, and I know this has been said a million times, but
But
gonna need
disgustingly
to.
enough, The Lion King 2019 is number 6.
What?
Yeah, everyone went and watched it, despite it being horrible. But
Just a
if we have,
million?
yeah, it's down at a mere 1.6 billion.
Wow. It's just all those nostalgia boners, man. And I guess that's like what even predicates the existence of any of the other live action films too. But I don't know, you would think after seeing how much a lot of the vocal fan base of just Disney just utterly despises all of those live action films and everyone knows they're bad. It's wild that they're still just making them, but I
The
guess
money
it's just
is
cheaper.
obviously a revenue generator.
Yeah, and it really is from the seams of it, but I guess yeah, it's just cheaper to remake something with nostalgia than it is just to make something new. I don't know.
Yes.
Do you think maybe they're a bit worried to make something new because they don't know if they're going to be able to like match the golden age anymore?
I don't know. I mean, what? Like, it'll be interesting to see. But the other thing you have to remember is like movie inflation happens over time. Like the number of people who are watching movies increases, and
Mhm.
the number of the amount of money that's being spent to see the movie. So like, sure, the lifetime gross might be absurdly high, but like in terms of actual numbers of people who have consumed it and the value that it is presented to the world, probably low. But
Yeah.
that's how these things go.
Yeah, you know what? I'm saying now, let's fuck off with predicate like judging everything off of highest gross. I want to see rewatch numbers. If only that was a what you could collect that some way. I want to see how much people actually like how many times they've rewatched the old Lion King
Well,
versus the new one, you know.
given the number of children who will continually rewatch something over and over and over and over and over again, probably extraordinarily high.
Yeah, it would be. I don't think we have a computer big enough to count the amount of times that somebody has watched The Lion King.
You know what? I bet there's someone out there in the world who has watched The Lion King more times than any other human being alive, and I'm curious if they know that. You know,
Um, I feel like
do,
if
do you
it,
think they are aware that they're the one who's watched it the most times?
um I think the person who's watched it the second most thinks that they are the first most. They think
You
that
think?
they are, and it's on purpose. But the person who has actually watched Lion King the most amount of times, it just doesn't even cross their mind. It's just constantly on in their life. They don't even think about it. Lion
You know
King is
what?
just a constant.
I can believe that. I can understand that, and I feel not necessarily pity for that person, but like a disturbed form of respect.
All I know is that he is going to be the greatest king, especially
The great,
whatever he gets that roar. Yeah. I don't remember anything else. It's been a long time. I should ask them. Do
what
you?
all I remember seeing regarding it is the interesting and entertaining fan theory that there's a skull that Gar plays with and like makes move like a finger puppet when he's doing his little song and dance business in his spooky green lair,
Oh yeah.
and that allegedly that skull would actually have ended up being the Lion King dad, whatever his name was.
Oh Mufasa.
Yeah, it's Mufasa's skull that he's playing with, and like it's subtle enough, but apparently that's the case. So
Damn, I know what you're talking about too. I actually need to go back and look at that. It would make sense because Scar was there whenever Mufasa died. So
it would have been the kind to go and collect his skull and clean it of all the meat and play with it like a puppet. Yes.
yeah, I mean it seems
Yeah.
about right. I mean he lived with hyenas, so
Hmm.
bastard
Yeah.
man. Queer
When you're
coded for
mad.
some reason, but every like golden age Disney villain is queer coded for some reason.
Eh, kind of comes to the territory, unfortunately.
Well, it's made a lot of great icons. I'll tell you what, because I found out that Ursula, she was actually based off of a famous drag queen from that era. I
Wow,
don't
that makes so much
I
sense.
don't remember if they actually got her to voice Ursula, but she was very heavily inspired by drag queens.
That's that's shockingly unsurprising and makes so much sense. Wow.
Yeah,
Wild.
it's really cool. It's a lot. I don't know, like it's interesting to see them engage with that, considering how careful they are nowadays with how they do everything.
Yes. Although I guess that does explain why the majority of villains had better fashion and cooler everything going on than the majority of the heroic characters.
I mean it is at least some form of representation, but it is weird that, it's kind of like implicitly making the gay and or lesbian person the villain just for no reason. It's kind of like the thing that they do where like people kind of like implicitly see bald people as scary because like there are a lot of like henchmen and stuff and villains in movies and media are bald because they
Yeah,
just
I
like
believe that.
cast a
We're
lot.
roughly bald.
Yeah.
I think that that's one of the real problems that still plagues our society. This is a joke. There are many much more severe problems, but I think in terms of small scale issues that we still somehow have not figured out how to fix, you'd be like, oh, surely we can figure that one out. Apparently, male baldness is not on the list of things we've solved yet.
It's not there yet. No, it really isn't. I mean, here's another problem that we need to deal with in the same realm. Being okay with being bald, but I think it's not the bald person's dilemma. I think it's we as a society kind of look down upon bald people. Like,
Yeah,
it's weird that like the best possible method for fixing the baldness is okay at best and requires constant upkeep, but at the same time, like if someone wants to rock it bald, they should rock it bald. I mean, I
you know,
think I
that's
guess
what I feel for.
Hmm.
I had a friend, and she had alopecia, I think it was
Oh
the
yeah.
thing that pretty much makes you be bald, and
Yeah.
it was bald, and it really like impacted her and her self image a lot, and like she was cool, she was very pretty, and it was just kind of one of those things. It's like she would not even like go out without a wig on, and I only realized it one day because I was like hanging out with her, and I was like, wait a sec, wait. And then I asked her, and she was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Whoa!" It was surprising.
Yeah, it is. People will surprise you. It's wild, like the things that we do on a daily basis. Did I know this person?
Probably.
I think I may have knew this person, and if I do, you are right. She was a very very cool and also a very attractive young woman, and I did not know that about her.
Yes, yes,
Um,
but now you're putting the pieces together because I've mentioned it.
yeah, well, I think I remember hearing something about a wig at one point, but I did not know she straight had alopecia. That's crazy. I would
Yeah,
not have known unless you told me. That is
saves you a lot of
wild.
money on shampoo at least.
Saves you a ton of money on shampoo. Hey, you know what? She also never had to worry about getting lice.
Some
There's that
positives.
too. Some
That is positive.
positives, yeah.
Yeah.
So
For
is
speaking
it
of
like
shampoo,
is it from like a from birth thing or do you develop
yeah, it's
it?
like genetic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no way around it, unfortunately, from what I understand. I could be
Shame.
totally off base, but that was my impression. But
Okay.
I've been using this honey shampoo. Let me tell you, it's a good way to live.
Good
It's
way
a good
to
way to live.
live. Honey-based shampoo, huh? I'll need to check
Yeah,
that out.
it was like a gold bottle, just like normal variety shampoo, but it's very pleasant.
Will it help me
Gotta
with
say,
my allergies? I've been told that honey will help me with my allergies.
probably not, but I will tell you, you need to get you need to get local honey, and you need to eat it like practically every day, and that will help you with your allergies. It
Okay.
it has to be local honey though. If it's not local honey, it isn't gonna do you anywhere near as good.
Is it because it's
So
like made of the local pollen?
yeah, yeah,
Ah, that's smart,
yeah,
huh? I
yeah.
need to hit up
It's
a
not
farmer's
gonna make your
market.
allergies go away or anything, but it will mitigate it enough that you don't if you don't have bad allergies to start with, you'll probably be okay.
I
Especially
need
if you
to.
stay in plant.
You know me. I do that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyway, I don't want to keep you too long today. But before we go, would you like to talk about any of your book stuff at all? Like what you're up to with that? Because I would love
Oh,
to give you
uh,
the space to do so.
sure. If you play Dungeons and Dragons, check out Many Forgotten Secrets Awakening at genuinefantasypress.com. If you like warlocks, it's the vibe. It's like the warlock bible is what people call it sometimes, but it's not just for warlocks. It's got stuff for all the classes. So check it out. It's super cool. I have another book coming. It's the Compendium of Sacred Mysteries Resurrection, Osmer for short, and it's gonna be rad. It's gonna have clerics and druids as the focus, with
Oh,
everybody else also well represented,
nice.
and pretty cool. Check it out.
Yeah,
Um,
as someone who helped personally test a lot of the stuff in it, can confirm and agree.
yeah, if you're in the market for dank memes, keep listening to Mason. Patter on about things because he's a cool guy.
Hey, hell yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we try here, we try. Yeah, that's awesome. Is what I don't if you don't want to like divulge any information, you don't have to. But what's the most recent like section you've been working on?
Uh, given that I've been studying for like the past 2 months, I haven't gotten a whole lot of progress made on that front recently. But
Fair.
I will say when I come back, so I have a beautiful cover for it. Going to be announcing that when it comes along. The artist did an absolutely fantastic job. You've seen it. It's super cool.
Oh yeah,
The
it's bomb.
it's just a really gorgeous piece. I'm very excited to get to show that off. And then the most recent thing I've been doing is reworking some of the druids that I've had made previously. I wasn't 100% satisfied with Druid as a complicated class for a lot of reasons, but
Oh yeah.
I've managed to start moving in a different direction than I had originally anticipated, and I'm liking where we're going with it this time, so it should
Hell
be good.
yeah. Well, that's tight as hell. I'm really excited to see that. Man, I need to play D&D again, but that is a conversation for after I press the record button.
Yes, they,
Thanks for joining me, William. I really appreciate you being my emergency fill. I've had a great time.
yeah, same.
Thanks for being
Thanks for
here.
having me.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll go.